Real family's only at this event. You're just the weekend parent. So why don't you leave before you embarrass your daughter further? Stephanie sneered as she literally tore my ticket in half, her perfectly manicured nails gleaming under the lobby lights of Westbridge Academy's Performing Arts Center. Behind her, my 11-year-old daughter Emma was warming up backstage, unaware that her stepmother was trying to ban her actual mother from her first starring role, while in my office upstairs. The office I'd occupied for 3 years as the Academy's largest donor and the architect who designed this entire $8.2 million facility, sat the commemorative plaque reading, "The Dr. Isabella Martinez Performing Arts Center." What Stephanie didn't know, what she was about to discover in the most humiliating way possible, was that the weekend parent she was dismissing had built every inch of the building she was standing in, and Principal Holloway was about to end this power play permanently. But let me back up to explain how spectacularly this was about to unfold. My name is Isabella Martinez, and I'm a successful architect specializing in educational facilities. I founded Martinez Design Group 12 years ago. We design schools, libraries, community centers, buildings that serve the public good. Last year, our revenue hit $24 million. I've also been divorced for 4 years from my ex-husband, Christopher Brennan. We married young, had Emma when I was 28, and split when she was 7. The divorce was relatively amicable: joint custody, equal parenting time, mutual respect for our co-parenting relationship. Then Christopher met Stephanie. Stephanie Walsh was a pharmaceutical sales rep, attractive, charming, and immediately threatened by my existence. She and Christopher dated for a year, married 6 months ago, and ever since, she's been on a mission to erase me from Emma's life. It started small, forgetting to tell me about school events, scheduling activities during my custody time, making comments to Emma about how some mothers prioritize work over family. I documented everything and maintained professionalism. I would not let her sabotage my relationship with my daughter. But Stephanie kept escalating. 3 months ago, she convinced Christopher to ask for modified custody. Their argument? My work schedule was too demanding. I traveled too much. Emma needed stability, with them full-time. The judge laughed it out of court. My custody arrangement was solid. I had flexibility with my work schedule, and Emma was thriving. The judge noted that Emma's own statements made it clear she loved both her parents and wanted equal time with each. Stephanie was furious. Since then, she'd been looking for opportunities to undermine me. And tonight, she thought she'd found the perfect one. Emma went to Westbridge Academy, one of the most prestigious private schools in our area. She'd recently gotten the lead role in their spring musical production, Belle in Beauty and the Beast. She'd been rehearsing for months and was beyond excited. I'd cleared my calendar entirely. This was one of the most important nights of Emma's life, and nothing would make me miss it. What Stephanie didn't know, what Christopher apparently hadn't told her, was my relationship with Westbridge Academy. 3 years ago, Westbridge launched a capital campaign to build a new performing arts center. Their old auditorium was cramped, outdated, inadequate for their growing theater program. They needed $10 million to build something worthy of their institution. Principal Holloway approached me both as an architect and as a parent. Would I consider designing the center? And would I consider donating toward its construction? I'd said yes to both. I designed a state-of-the-art facility, a 500-seat auditorium with professional lighting and sound systems, backstage areas, rehearsal spaces, a black box theater, music practice rooms. I poured my expertise into making it perfect. And I donated $4 million. The largest single donation in the school's history. In recognition, they named it the Dr. Isabella Martinez Performing Arts Center. There's a plaque in the lobby. My name is on the dedication wall. The building exists because of my vision and my generosity. Stephanie apparently hadn't noticed any of this. Tonight was opening night. I'd arrived early, dressed professionally but elegantly. This was my daughter's big night, and I wanted to look the part. I had my ticket, purchased weeks ago, reserved seat in the center of the auditorium. I walked into the lobby and immediately saw Stephanie positioned near the entrance like a guard dog. She was wearing a designer dress, playing the role of Emma's proud mother to the assembled parents. When she saw me, her expression curdled. "Isabella, what are you doing here?" "I'm here to watch my daughter perform. She's playing Belle. I know what role she's playing. I'm her mother. Her stepmother. I'm her mother." Stephanie's smile was venomous. Legally, we have equal parental rights now that Christopher and I are married. And as the parent who lives with Emma full-time, Joint custody means we both live with her. 50-50. I'm making the decision that tonight is for real family only. The people who support Emma daily. Not the weekend parent who shows up when convenient. She reached out and literally tore my ticket in half. You need to leave before you embarrass your daughter further. I stared at the torn ticket in her hand, feeling rage build in my chest. But before I could respond, a voice interrupted. Mrs. Brennan? Is there a problem? Principal Holloway approached, a distinguished woman in her early 60s who'd been with Westbridge for 20 years. She looked between Stephanie and me with concern. No problem, Principal Holloway, Stephanie said smoothly. Just dealing with a ticketing issue. This woman, Dr. Martinez? Principal Holloway's face lit up. Isabella, I didn't see you come in. Why are you still in the lobby? The show starts in 15 minutes. Your seat is reserved in the center section, of course. Stephanie's smile faltered. You two know each other? Know each other? Principal Holloway looked confused. Dr. Martinez is one of our most valued donors and community members. She designed this entire facility. The color drained from Stephanie's face. She what? This building. Principal Holloway gestured around us. The Dr. Isabella Martinez Performing Arts Center, named in her honor after her extraordinary generosity and expertise. Surely you've seen the dedication plaque. She pointed to the wall behind Stephanie, where a large bronze plaque read, The Dr. Isabella Martinez Performing Arts Center, dedicated to excellence in the arts. With profound gratitude to Dr. Isabella Martinez for her vision, expertise, and transformative generosity. Stephanie turned to look at it, her face going from pale to red. You designed this building? I did, I said calmly. And I donated $4 million toward its construction. It's been one of my proudest professional accomplishments. Other parents nearby had started to notice the commotion. A few recognized me. I'd attended several Westbridge events over the years. Dr. Martinez, one mother approached. We loved your lecture last year about sustainable school design. My husband still talks about it. Thank you, Margaret. Good to see you. Principal Holloway had noticed the torn ticket in Stephanie's hand. Mrs. Brennan, did you tear up Dr. Martinez's ticket? There was a misunderstanding. What kind of misunderstanding would lead to you denying entry to Emma's mother? On the night of her daughter's performance? In a building that mother literally built. I didn't realize. Didn't realize what? That Dr. Martinez is Emma's mother? That's well documented in our records. Or that she's one of our most generous supporters. That's literally carved in bronze on the wall behind you. Stephanie was trapped, cornered by her own arrogance. Christopher appeared then, having come to find his wife. He saw the scene, me, Stephanie, Principal Holloway, the gathering crowd, and his face went carefully neutral. What's going on? Your wife just tried to ban me from watching Emma perform, I said evenly. In the Performing Arts Center I designed and donated millions to build. She tore up my ticket and told me I wasn't real family. Christopher's eyes closed briefly. Stephanie, what did you do? I was trying to protect Emma. From her own mother? At her mother's building. I didn't know it was her building. How could you not know? Christopher's voice rose. There's a plaque with her name on it. The building is literally named after her. We've attended events here for 3 years. I never noticed. You never noticed because you never looked. You were too busy trying to erase Isabella from Emma's life to notice that she built the stage Emma's performing on tonight. Principal Holloway stepped in. Mr. Brennan, I need to be clear about something. Westbridge Academy has a strict policy about parental attendance at school events. Both legal parents have equal rights to attend unless there's a court order stating otherwise. Is there a court order preventing Dr. Martinez from attending? No, Christopher said. We have joint custody. Isabella has every right to be here. Then Mrs. Brennan had no authority to deny her entry. Additionally, Principal Holloway's voice got firm. Attempting to bar our most generous donor from an event in a building she designed and funded is extremely inappropriate. Stephanie looked like she wanted the floor to swallow her. I think apologies are in order, Principal Holloway continued. I'm not apologizing, Stephanie said, but her voice wavered. Then perhaps you should leave, Principal Holloway said calmly. Because Dr. Martinez will absolutely be attending this performance, and if you're going to cause a scene, I'd prefer you not be present. Christopher grabbed Stephanie's arm. We need to talk. Now. He pulled her toward the exit. I heard Stephanie hissing. You never told me she built this place. I did tell you. You just never listen when I talk about Isabella. They disappeared outside, leaving me in the lobby with Principal Holloway and several amused parents. "I'm so sorry about that," Principal Holloway said. "That was completely unacceptable. It's not your fault. Stephanie has been difficult since she married Christopher. I'm aware. We've noticed tension during school events. I want you to know that we recognize you as Emma's mother, and your rights are protected here." She handed me a new ticket. "Center section, third row. Excellent view of the stage you designed." I smiled. "Thank you, Principal Holloway." I went into the auditorium, took my seat, and watched as the lights dimmed and my daughter stepped onto the stage wearing Belle's iconic yellow dress. She was brilliant. Every note perfect, every line delivered with confidence. When she took her final bow, she looked out into the audience and found me, front and center, exactly where I should be. After the show, I went backstage. Emma ran to me and hugged me tight. "Mom, did you see? Did you see me?" "I saw everything, baby. You were absolutely perfect. Stephanie said you might not come. She said you were too busy with work." "I will never be too busy for you, Emma. Never." Christopher appeared alone. He looked exhausted. "Isabella, I'm sorry. What Stephanie did was inexcusable." "Yes, it was. I've told her she crossed a line. She's having trouble accepting that you're still part of Emma's life." "I'm not still part of Emma's life. I'm her mother. I will always be part of her life. And if Stephanie can't accept that, you have a decision to make." "I know." He looked at Emma, then back at me. "I won't let her do this again. See that you don't. Because next time, I won't be so polite." Over the next few weeks, things shifted. Christopher had apparently had a serious conversation with Stephanie about boundaries and respect. The forgetting to inform me about events stopped. The scheduling conflicts disappeared. But the real change came when Stephanie showed up at my office 2 months later. "I owe you an apology," she said stiffly. "What I did at the recital was wrong. I was threatened by you and I acted like a child." "Yes, you did." Christopher explained how much you've done for Emma. Not just as a mother, but as a professional who literally built spaces for her to grow in. "I built that center for all the students. Emma being there was a bonus. Still, I didn't understand who you were. I saw you as competition instead of as Emma's mother who loves her just as much as I'm trying to." I studied her. She looked genuine, if uncomfortable. "Stephanie, I'm not your competition. I don't want your marriage. I don't want Christopher back. I want my daughter to be loved by all the adults in her life. That includes you. I can do that. I want to do that. Then we start over. For Emma's sake." She nodded. "We didn't become friends. But we became something better. Co-parents who could be civil, respectful, and focused on the child we both cared about. And every time there's an event at Westbridge Academy, in the Dr. Isabella Martinez Performing Arts Center, I take my seat in the audience, center section, third row, and watch my daughter shine on the stage I built for her. Stephanie sits in her section. Christopher sits in his. We all applaud together. Because real family isn't about who has the most authority or the most impressive title. It's about who shows up, and who remembers that sometimes the person you're trying to exclude is the one who built the room you're standing in.